Well, good morning and welcome back to Linda's Pantry. It's a glorious Saturday on Memorial Weekend 2017, and I am headed to Walmart. Michael and his brother went to, headed back up to Winnemucca. I don't know what's up. It's over. It's east of here. And then to Golconda to empty out one of Dad's storage sheds. And he goes, do you want me to bring anything back with me? And I'm like, no. Unless he's got a rototiller, no. So, and he doesn't. Dad hasn't had a yard in years. So, anyways, I'm on my way to Walmart to pick up sunscreen for Michael and to pick up the goods to make kimchi. And I'm probably going to grab a couple tomato plants. I think I'm going to grab a couple tomato plants. I looked at Costco yesterday and they didn't have any left. So, and I doubt they're going to be refurbishing their stock of tomato plants just because everybody's pretty much got their stuff in. But I want two out front, so I'll be doing that potting event when I get home this afternoon, and it's only going to get up to like 74, 75. Perfect weather to do yard work. I got some weed sprayed this morning. What else is happening? I think that's it. I'm gonna make kimchi, so I need to get some Napa cabbage and a couple other things. I love spicy kimchi. I crave it, and I'm going to buy a jar that's already done. And it's expensive. A little jar like that is $5, no matter where you get it. The Asian market that we have here, they sell it already made. I don't care for it. It's fishy. They put fish, what is it? Fish sauce in it. And I don't put fish sauce in mine. You don't need that. We're gonna do strictly lacto fermentation with this kimchi. And probably a little different recipe than the one I did once before for you on video. But I want to get it to where it's palatable for Michael too. So he'll eat some and get those fermented vegetables in us every day. He liked my blueberry kombucha. He actually drank a whole glass of it yesterday. And I said, well, you're going to have to wait for the next batch because I don't know if I can share. Anyways, and he's been eating the fermented grape tomatoes on his salad. It's like a salad dressing. You just pop those tomatoes over top. It's delicious. So guys, we are making kimchi, and I've got my 2 heads of Napa cabbage. I'm gonna pull the outer leaves off. I don't need them. I've got my big stainless bowl down, but I've also got the sink full of water, and okay. I probably should have got 3 of these, but that's okay. We're gonna soak these in the sink full of water to get them nice and clean. And ooh, the chickens get a treat on these. Anyway, take your very sharp knife, and I like to go ahead and break it down a little bit before I wash it because it makes it easier to get in between all the leaves. And it's just beautiful. This is really pretty Napa cabbage. I could only hope that I could grow that pretty of cabbage. So I break it down a little bit and into bite-sized pieces. I kind of like it bite-sized. Now, some people go ahead and leave them pretty big, but I feel like when I pull out a fermented piece, I want it, I mean, it's gonna bend, and I want it to be, you know, bite-sized. If that makes sense. So I'm gonna cut all this up. I've got my sink full of cold water, and we're gonna start this process. And I'll bring you back when I've drained it and it's in the bowl, ready for salting. All right. Okay, so now I am ready to start. I've got this all, it's been soaked in water, rinsed, and drained. And now I'm gonna salt the cabbage. And this is a big bowl. I'm not sure how big this is, but there's a lot of cabbage in here. That's at least 5 pounds, if not more. So I'm gonna salt it down, and let me see, a little piece of something. And you're inspecting the whole way, and this is gonna get rinsed again. So it's gonna be really clean. So I've got sea salt here, and what I'm doing is I'm just gonna put it down there and mix it in. And you're gonna kind of massage it a little bit so you know that each piece is getting coated. And this is gonna set for about 2 hours. So while I go out and do yard work, I'll come in every half hour and go ahead and move this around again. And don't worry about the sodium because you're gonna rinse it before we're done. But we wanna start breaking this cabbage down. So it really takes, you know, anywhere from a half a cup to a full cup. And you can kind of feel pieces that haven't got the salt on them yet because they feel really squeaky. I've got my other vegetables cut up that I'm going to put in with my kimchi. The main part is this cabbage, but I love this cabbage in salads. I love putting kimchi on as a side condiment kind of thing over rice. Like I said, in soup, a little bit more, and then we should be good. And so I have about 2 cups of matchstick carrots, 2 bundles of green onions, so about 4 cups of green onions. I love the green onion in there. And you can already see this is starting to slump down in the bowl. So it doesn't take long. And before the 2 hours is over, there'll be a little bit of a brine down at the bottom. So it creates its own brine. But, oh, yes, we are good to go. So it feels very salty. I've got 1 whole bulb of garlic diced up right here on my board. That's going in. And then I have red pepper, Korean red pepper flake, or red pepper powder. And that's going in. And I'm going to add a little bit of raw honey. And I got this honey from Doug and Stacy, and I've been kind of saving it, but I'm going to use a little bit of it today. You can use sugar, but I'm going to choose the honey route. And I'm going to rinse my hands, let this sit. I'm going to cover it up. I'll just cover it with a tea towel. And look at it. See, it's already going down. We lost a couple inches already. And go out and do some yard work, and I'll come in a half hour. Just give myself a half-hour timer and turn this over from the bottom, bringing it up from the bottom, and we should be good to go. A little bit more salt. The salt just encourages it to let go of its juices. Okay guys, so as you can see, this is slumped down quite a bit. There's a lot of liquid. I don't know if you can see that much. There's tons of liquid down here in the bottom. Somebody just rang my doorbell. And you can tell that this is done when it doesn't just crispy snap. You can bend the pieces that normally would snap. Once you do it this way, you're good to go. So I'm going to rinse this all off and get all that salt off, because we are going to add salt, but I don't want that much salt. So I'm going to rinse it, and then it's coming back into this bowl, and we'll mix the rest of the stuff. All right, guys, we'll be back. Okay, so we are ready. And I do this all by sight and a little bit by taste. You don't have to do it that way, but I find that it works better for me. So I'm going to grab my other veg here and toss this in at this point. So I've got the carrots and the garlic, and you can use as much garlic as you like. I love it full of garlic. And then the green onions. Look at this. It's going to be just beautiful with all these vegetables loaded up with probiotics from the fermentation. Oh, and it's full of color, and I love it. So now that I've got that together, I'm definitely going to need 2 of these, which I knew that, but I don't know where the other one is. Oh, it's over there in the sink. Okay, so I'm going to do about half of this, about 4 ounces, well, maybe not, about 2 ounces of honey. And honey's going to help preserve it. Then we need our Korean pepper powder, and this is not hot. It's not hot enough for my taste anyway. And this is, I never measure, so this is a half cup measuring. And I'm just gonna eyeball it, okay? And as far as salt goes, again with the sea salt, I'm gonna do, that's about 2 tablespoons. I'm gonna do about 3 healthy tablespoons. And because I like it spicy, I'm gonna stick some cayenne pepper in there. And that's organic cayenne and some red pepper flakes for good measure. Just to give it some heat. And because like I said, I love it spicy. And then I'm gonna mix. And I may need some more of the red pepper. And I'm not saying this is authentic. So, you know, if you do it some other way, then good for you. This is the way I do it, and every time I do it, it's a little bit different. Sometimes I put a daikon radish in here. I did not, or I was not able to find one today. And so I wasn't gonna go to too many more stores. And then honestly, this is how I do it. I go ahead and say, okay, I need to taste something. So I'm gonna grab a little piece. It doesn't need any more salt. It could use some more pepper, red pepper flavor here, and probably some more heat. Oops. Go ahead, give it some more cayenne. And there you go. And I've done it with jalapenos. It's so good. And, okay, so I got exactly 2 half-gallon jars. So a gallon of kimchi is probably enough to last me a couple of weeks. Depending on how, I mean, I crave it. Like today I had kimchi that I bought. And this little container, I've already eaten that much of it, and it's down to here. This little container is $5. $5 compared to, it's 14 ounces. So I got all of this for less than $5 worth of stuff. And you pack it in here, and every day this is going to go down because it's going to create its own brine, and it juices up, and the salt encourages that. And so you're going to go ahead, and I leave the brine in there because I want it to end up covering the vegetables before they get all yucky. And this is why you wear a glove. I've washed this with soap and water, and that one, that's what it used to be. That's what it is. So you don't want that on your hands because later it could be trouble. Anyways, so spicy, delicious, easy kimchi. We're gonna put this in a just a, you know, room temperature, out of the sunshine, and I will check it every day and burp it and keep pushing it down so it ends up below liquid in here. And it's basically, it's like a spicy sauerkraut, and you can flavor profile this any way you want. If you like more of Mexican seasonings, do a Mexican kimchi. All kimchi is fermented vegetables. It's very good to put in your diet. So I'm hoping that Michael likes this as much as he's liked the other fermented vegetables. And if you guys are fermenting anything, hashtag me over at Linda's Pantry, at Linda's Pantry, and show me what you're doing. All right, guys, it's beautiful. I'm super excited. Look how pretty with the carrots and the cabbage and the onions. And I should have put some jalapenos in there. Next time. Okay, so we're having tacos again, only these are smoked chicken tacos. And instead of going out to dinner, we're staying in and using a little bit of leftovers with a green chili verde salsa. Oh, it's so good. Okay, guys. And don't forget, check the links below. I'll see you tomorrow, and look at the kimchi. Hold on. Is that not a thing of beauty? I've already kind of smooshed it down once, and it is totally going to be delicious. All right, we'll see you tomorrow.